Hi, this is Lisa Schumann. I'm coming to you from RMACT. I'm the Director of Mental Health Services here, and today we're here to talk about Father's Day. But before we get into Father's Day specifically, we're going to talk a little bit about women. Why? As they say, happy wife, happy life, right? So a lot of men come to see me and they say, my wife, my girlfriend, she's out of her mind. She's having such a hard time with her fertility treatment, and I care too. This is really important to me, and I feel sad and I'm having a hard time, but I don't know why she feels so depressed. So before we get in how to help you, let's talk about how to help her, okay? So we'll just take a couple of minutes to think about how she's feeling. Now, I know you've witnessed it, but let me just tell you what goes on inside of her. So we have research that shows that women who experience infertility can have the same levels of depression as chemotherapy patients. It seems severe, but it's true that women who are fighting for their lives can feel the same way as women who are trying to have a baby. So I think that really puts it into perspective and helps you understand how sad that is. On top of that, they also feel that here is something that is excruciating for them, and they feel this sense of loss, but they also feel a sense of loss of self-esteem. And that's different than normal grief. When you're grieving normally, you feel a sense of loss and you start to recover from it. With infertility, you also feel that you're getting a jab to your self-esteem, and that is really, really hard for women. And so I think you can appreciate how difficult this circumstance might be for her, and maybe that gives you some insight into how she feels differently than you. It's really true that, women are from Mars and men are from Venus, or whatever the book said. Men and women are different, and this may be the first time in your experience with your wife or your girlfriend that you two feel differently about something, but it's important to appreciate that you are different. That doesn't mean that you don't care about each other, that you don't love each other, and that you aren't on the same page in life. You both have the same goal. You just need to support each other, and supporting her will help your relationship. So how do you do that now that you know how she feels? Well, I think there are 3 things you can do, and this may be a little bit frustrating for you, but it will be helpful, I promise you. Number 1, listen to her. Number 2, listen to her. And number 3, if you feel like you must say something to her, ask her what she needs. Ask her. And you know what? She might say, listen again. And that's okay. She needs to be listened to. There is no wrong way to do this. If you support her, you will absolutely receive a positive response. I guarantee it. She is going to really feel appreciated and cared about. Okay. Next to you. So it's been said that there are 4 human basic drives: food, fight, flight, and procreation. So now, obviously, with you and your partner, your wife, number 4 is not working. That can be very, very frustrating for you. For men, they can get depressed and they can feel sad, but more often than not, they start to feel very frustrated and angry and stressed. When you're stressed, your cortisol level goes up. You, just like any other animal, feel very tense. Your back may feel stiff. Your shoulders may go up. Your pupils dilate. Your heart rate goes up, and you feel very, very frustrated. It's a really hard place to be. So what can you do about that? And of course, as most men like to have a practical way to solve this problem. So I can give you 3 things that you can do to help fix this problem. Number 1, try to pursue a project. As I've said before in other videos, it's really helpful to have something productive to do. If you can put your energy into something and you see a direct result for it, it can feel so stabilizing. You're in a place where you're trying so hard to do something and you can't find any success in it. That can be so hard and so unstabilizing. So go to Home Depot, get some more tools, and put together that coffee table that you always wanted to put together. Fix that door that you wanted to fix. Or go do some yard work so you can see the result of your effort. Number 2, try to move. If you can move, that can be helpful. And I'm not trying to put pressure on you to go back to the gym the way that you thought you might have gone to the gym in January. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying just get up and move around. You can go hiking. You can, as I said before, do some yard work. You can go play golf. It doesn't really matter what you're doing, but if you get up and move around, it can help change your mood. It will really elevate your feelings. It may not for the first few minutes, but really stick with it, and I promise you, you'll start to feel a little bit better. It will release some of that cortisol. It will help you feel a little bit calmer. And number 3, I think it's really important to connect with other men. I'm not saying this in the way that maybe your partner or your wife is saying that you need to sit on the couch and cry with a cup of tea. I'm not suggesting that. I'm suggesting that you go out with a friend, that maybe you connect with a friend, old high school friend on Facebook and go out for dinner. For Father's Day, you can maybe meet your dad if you don't want to do the whole family shindig. Maybe you meet your dad for coffee before the family comes over. Or maybe you take your brother out for drinks after his kids are in bed. But it's really good to connect with other men. You know, people who are very, very depressed and extremely depressed can become more suicidal if they are isolated. It's really dangerous to isolate yourself, and yet when we feel depressed, it's very natural to want to isolate ourselves, particularly for men. And so I encourage you to try to find other men to spend time with. Try to take a weekend with some friends, or find some other men to spend time with and go biking or do something really fun. So those are my 3 tips for you. I hope that they're helpful. I think if you really try to focus on doing some of these things for yourself, you will feel better, you will feel more productive. If you listen to your wife and support her, you will feel better with her, and she will feel better about you. And although you can't necessarily control everything that happens in your fertility journey, you can control how you react to it and how you react to each other in this journey that the 2 of you have decided that you want to go down. It's really important that you do that, because the 2 of you want to feel like you're on the same team and feel less stress as you're going through this, because next year, hopefully, you'll really be celebrating Father's Day in the right way. So thanks so much for coming, and I'll see you next time.